Hi, I wanted to tell you real quick about the my understanding of the three basics of dog psychology. So I find it a very fascinating subject. I've researched it quite a lot. I've read a lot of books and stuff like that. And most of all, I have a very good, very good to communication with my doggy, which is mainly because he's still very smart and kind and understanding. But still, I think there's a lot to these three basics. That if especially if somebody's a new dog person, like has a dog for in their lives for the first time, I think these are critical to understand for a good relationship between you and great understanding and communication, and also to prevent any problems that at the end the dog might, you know, uh, suffer for, because people don't get it. So I think these are really really important, and everybody who's with a dog should know about them. So that's hence the video. Okay, so the number one is that there must be what they call a pack leader, and that stems from nature, from the wolf pack. It goes back to the wolf, but it's still the same for dogs today. It's a deeply ingrained need, subconscious or conscious, who knows, understanding that one has to be the leader in the pack, one and only one. And um, and here's the problem. uh, Many people don't realize this, or they don't understand what that means, and so they do not assume the role as the leader. 10:15. Thank you. But they have to take on that role. Why? Because, well, here's the thing. If the person does not assume the role of pack leader or alpha wolf, whatever of the pack, then um, the dog feels okay. Someone has to do it. Someone's got to do it. And if you, as the human, don't do it, then the doggy, even if they don't like to, and often they don't like to, they would prefer not to, but they feel they must, then they assume that role. And that's the beginning of a lot of trouble. Why is that? Because, for instance, for a simple example, if you um, are not the leader, but the dog assumes the role of the pack leader, well, then the dog's not going to much listen to you, because the leader doesn't listen to the followers, it's vice versa. And then you think, oh, my dog is not listening to me, what's up with him, what's wrong with the attitude? And also, as far as safety concerns, he's not going to listen to you, not to go out there or off the sidewalk or whatever. That's a big problem. That he must listen to you because, and this is the other thing, this is not a dog world, it's a human world, and dogs don't fully understand all aspects of it, like cars and stuff like that. So it's imperative that you assume the role of the pack leader, because if you don't, then the dog will feel that they have to, and they do, and then they won't listen to you. That's very unsafe for them, and it's going to cause a lot of problems down the line. They'll also be very worried about you when you leave the house, if they stay in the house, because they feel they're responsible for you and they can't be with you to take care of you. And that's the whole base of this separation anxiety. That's not because, yes, they miss you, but mainly they're worried about you. They think, man, I must take care of my human, but I can't. I don't. What's happening with him? Where is he? I can't help him if something happens. They feel responsible for you because they are the leader. So it causes all kinds of problems. So rule number one, you must someone has to be the pack leader, and it had better be you, because you're living in a human world. If you were out in the woods with a wolf pack, fine, let them take care of it. But here, you must assume that role. Okay, number one. Number two, this is kind of from Cesar Millan, and whether you agree with his methods or not, I believe these basics are absolutely sound, no doubt about it. So this is number two, is um, okay, the progression, all right, that he has. He goes like, all right, first exercise, uh, no, first discipline, then, no, excuse me, it was exercise, discipline, affection. So first you let them run and chase the ball, get tired basically, get rid of steam, because then they settle down and get much calmer and much more, ready to there's a much better uptake, much more ready to listen to you, to what you have to say, and to get the most out of the training, to digest the training, to what's the term I'm looking for, you know what I mean. They're much more ready to pay attention to what you want them to do, etc. So then the first one, they're a bit tired, then you do the training, and finally, when it's done, it's the affection part where you cuddle them and give them treats as a reward and so on. So I think that makes sense, this progression. Number 3, finally, is, again, this is Cesar Millan, and I guess it makes sense on a physiological standpoint. And again, I know there's a lot of people who are, against Cesar Millan's methods or whatever, but no matter whatever, let's not go into that even now. But as far as these basics go, I'm pretty sure he's right on the money. So that's the number 3, is nose, eyes, ears. Because when dogs get born, their eyes still stay closed and so on. The nose develops first, and as we all know, they have a very powerful sense of smell. They have very powerful eyesight and hearing as well. But for them, the nose is the most powerful sense, the smell. For us, it's, I guess, eyes, and then ears, and nose is the last. So it's quite different. And what does it mean? Why is it important? Because if they find a really powerful, literally overwhelming smell, sometimes they're just totally out there. It's like they literally might not even hear you or what's going on around them for a few seconds before they register that. That can make way to misunderstandings. And maybe you call your dog and the dog isn't coming right away. Then people think, oh, he's not listening to me, he spites me or something like that. They become angry. Totally wrong. Huge misunderstanding. They go like, whoa, what's all this? They might just literally not hear you for a while. And that's also crucial for safety, if you think about it. If you're out on the road and stuff, and they might not even get what you're saying for a few seconds. That can be dangerous, if there's cars about and stuff like that. So the sense of smell is super powerful and comes first. That's very good to know. Then it's the eyes, and then it's the ears. Lastly, finally. Okay, so I guess these are the 3 rules I wanted to talk about. I hope it helps. Please remember them. Please research them. I have found all the best dog experts that I read on their books and whatever. They all kind of agreed on these 3 basics. They might disagree on everything else, but these 3 things they all kind of agreed on. So I'm pretty sure I got that right, and I feel it works with us, with my doggy and I. So it's good to go. I'll talk to you soon.